All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the GURO21 Course 1 Learners Orientation. Before we begin, we'd like to direct your attention to the chat box. We have posted several links. One is on the enrollment form. For us to get your profile and other important information, kindly fill out this enrollment form. While you have been already selected by the NEAP Central Office, we need your contact details, your updated contact details. So please fill out the enrollment form. We also have the attendance form. So please fill it out. The link is also in the chat box. And then, more importantly, we have shared this early, the class list, the summary of the class list. Later on, during the orientation proper, we will be discussing more about this class list. But you will see that if you click on this link, you have the list of all of the officially nominated learners in GURO21 Course 1. The list is alphabetically arranged, so you can find your name easily. Please take note of the class schedule, the FLT, and the first live session schedule indicated for you. Okay, because later on, you will know when we do the orientation what this class list is. So we will now begin. Again, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joanna Tienza, and I will be your host this afternoon. We will begin with the entrance of colors and the national anthem.
The Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ang silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong banghaw, may nilang ang tulat, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilig, lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsinta, ay langit sa ating mo, aming ligaya na pag may mamapit, ang namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
All right. Welcome again to this learners orientation in SEAMEO INNOTECH. Our mandate is to really develop the capacities of educators in Southeast Asia. And towards this end, we are guided by our own internal leadership. And we're glad to have with us this afternoon none other than our Center Director, Dr. Ramon C. Bacani. Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joanne, and good afternoon sa ating mga learners for this orientation session this afternoon. Gayon din sa ating mga partners from the National Educators Academy of the Philippines. At the outset, let me congratulate our teachers because you have been nominated to take part in this GURO21 course, and this will extend over several weeks. And we know that given the number of teachers working in the Department of Education, anytime that a teacher is nominated to take a training course, especially during this time, it's a great privilege, and I think we should congratulate you for that. Also, I think we have to, I think we have to remind everyone that given your nomination, it carries with it some expectations. As we all know, this professional development program being implemented by the National Educators Academy of the Philippines is part of the teacher reskilling and upskilling component of the Sulong Edukalidad program. And so the expectation is that, of course, the first expectation is that you will try to learn as much from this flexible learning course. But it's not only for your own professional development that you are taking this course. We need to bear in mind that the expected enhanced competencies of teachers and school heads, these are expected to contribute to this broader goal of achieving quality basic education, which is the ultimate goal under our Sulong Edukalidad program. So this capacity building program is just a means to that end. And I think it's important for us to remember that as we take this course. Also, given that you're only one of, depending on the size of your school or school division, you are, as I said, it's a privilege, and you are probably one of maybe 20 or 30 30 teachers in your school. That's a relatively small school. And if you are the only one from your school who has been selected to take part in this course, we also expect that you will be able to share your learnings with your fellow teachers. You do not just keep the learnings for yourselves, but it's important for you to share with your fellow teachers whatever learnings that you're able to acquire by attending this flexible learning course. Because if we are expecting higher student outcomes in our school, it's important that we are able to build up a critical mass or a core of teachers who will all work towards this ultimate goal of quality basic education. So in your learning action cells or even in your meetings with your fellow teachers and of course in working together with your respective school heads, you should grab every opportunity to be able to share your learnings. And we hope that by sharing whatever learnings you gain from this course, we're able to kumbaga, spread the gospel of quality basic education, no? And in that manner, we are able to meet the objectives of our education stakeholders. So this GURO21 course, as will be explained to you later on by Joanne, has been recognized by external or international agencies, no? And I refer specifically to the WENWE Award, which was granted to the GURO21 course as an innovation in professional development of teachers. This was awarded by the UNESCO Regional Office in Bangkok in collaboration with the Chinese National Commission of UNESCO. No? So there were many applications for that award, but during that particular year, if I recall correctly, about 2016 or 2017, the GURO21 course was the one awarded the WENWE Award. So this particular course has undergone review by external experts in addition to the internal quality assurance activities that we undertook as a SEAMEO regional center. And also, over the years, we have tried our best to continuously improve the implementation of this program by considering the evaluation given by previous participants or learners in this GURO21 course. Because at the SEAMEO INNOTECH, we always try to undertake a continuous quality improvement. And we hope that as you take this course, that at the end of the day, when you, hopefully are awarded the certificate of competence, that you will also provide us some important feedback on your experience. For instance, the lessons that are part of this flexible learning course, the flexible learning tutors who will be guiding you in your learning journey, as well as the other technical and administrative support that SEAMEO INNOTECH as the service provider will be extending to you throughout the implementation of this course. In that manner, in the succeeding runs of this GURO21 course, we hope to have a continuously improving GURO21 course. And I think in that manner, we are able to contribute to the objectives of the Department of Education in its bid to provide a quality basic education to our learners here in the Philippines. So let me just wish all of you what we expect to be a professionally enriching learning experience for all of you. And we hope that as you take this course, that you're able to manage your time. Because alam namin you have your own personal and professional obligations. Some of you may be in schools which have started the face-to-face classes or are preparing for the face-to-face classes. So it's important that you're able to manage your time well and be able to comply with the requirements of the course, as well as continue performing your regular duties as teachers in your respective schools. So let me just wish you a very pleasant learning journey, and we wish you all the best, and we do hope that after several weeks you come out of this course with enhanced competencies, which will contribute to the overall goal of achieving quality basic education in the education system here in the Philippines. Thank you very much, and good afternoon once again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bacani. Now, to provide the context of your nomination and selection in the GURO21 Course 1, we have a recorded video message from the Director of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines, Dr. John Arnold Shena.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to all our participants to this SEAMEO INNOTECH Flexible Learning Courses orientation. Firstly, on behalf of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines, I wish to congratulate all of our teachers and our school leaders, our supervisors, and all the frontliners in education in the field for all their hard work in relation to the implementation of the learning continuity of the Department of Education in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. We know that it has not been easy for everyone, but you were able to successfully deliver education. It required a great deal of adjustments and new learning. NEAP is very mindful of its role in supporting our teachers in terms of their professional development to help them face challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic. This training is one of the number of programs that we are making available for our teachers in close collaboration with our partners and supported by the Human Resource Development Funds. Our partner organization, SEAMEO INNOTECH, is a close, strategic, and steadfast ally and partner in improving quality education in the country and in providing quality professional development for our teachers and school heads. Thank you very much, SEAMEO INNOTECH and Dr. Bacani, the officials and staff, for the unwavering commitment to the improvement of education. With the National Educators Academy of the Philippines transformation, we have a very good opportunity to support organizations like SEAMEO with proven track record, competence, and credibility in providing professional development to our teachers and school heads. So therefore, we congratulate you all for being able to join in these programs. We know that participation in these programs can be highly competitive. But your participation in these sponsored programs will also come with it some responsibility. And that is why you are signing a contract with us so that we'll be able to maximize whatever you have learned and the application of what you have learned in your respective stations. This is not just to be able to help your learners, but also to help and share with your fellow teachers what you have learned and help them improve their teaching practice as well. So in fact, this scholarship has a maximization component. So the National Educators Academy of the Philippines will be mindful that you will be part of the pool of our experts who can serve as our facilitators, as our resource persons, as program evaluators, as ambassadors and spokesperson of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines in relation to the implementation of its various programs and advocacies. Your participation in professional development activities that will require online research and similar activities will also be supported through the provision of the SIM card and the communication subsidy. And I think that you're aware that we have already distributed these SIM cards to the field. May I just, however, remind everyone, especially those that have received the SIM card, to make sure that you have registered your SIM card and that you have updated your professional development information account. Your PDIS account will be very important as it contains all the records of your participation in the different professional development programs and activities. This information will help not just the school head, not just the supervisors, but also the teacher himself or herself, especially in making decisions as to what professional development to attend and prioritize in relation to the professional standards that we are adopting in the Department of Education. So please, if you have not yet updated your PDIS, may I request that you coordinate with our focal person for this program so that she can also coordinate with our NEAP registrar and the registration team led by Mr. John Christopher Lorenzo, so that we can already help you in updating your PDIS account. The work of providing quality education to our learners is our gargantuan task. But if we work together, support one another, focus on what is important, we believe that quality education is very much within our reach. NEAP will always be here to support you in the best way it can. We believe in you. We believe that you can make a big difference for our learners and for our country. As you participate in the program, make the most out of it. Learn and share and multiply yourselves. I wish you a productive and positive experience, not just in this orientation, but in your SEAMEO INNOTECH course journey. God bless. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Dr. John Arnold Shena, for providing the context of the nomination of the learners. At this point, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our other SEAMEO INNOTECH officials. We have the manager of the Learning Development and Management Office, Dr. Sharon Joy Berlin Chow. We also have our senior specialist of the Learning Management and Implementation Unit, Dr. Juan Robertino Macalde. And from the National Educators Academy, we have with us this afternoon, Ms. Richie Besagas and also Ms. Maria Carmila Clave. Now again, I'm Ethel Joanna Tienza. I'm a specialist of the Learning Management and Implementation Unit, and I also serve as the course manager of the INNOTECH Flexible Learning courses, including GURO21 Course 1. So I will be providing most of the orientation for the course. Should you have any question at any point in the orientation, please type them on the chat box. Initially, we have shared some important links. One is the enrollment form. Please fill it out for us to be able to get your profile. We also have the attendance form shared. We also have the class list shared. So in the class list, it is alphabetically arranged by your surname. So please find your name and you will know your class number, your assigned flexible learning tutor, as well as your schedule. Later on, you will know more about these classes. By the way, this orientation is recorded. The recording of this orientation will be uploaded on the Facebook page dedicated for learner support. The link to this page we have also shared on the chat box. Currently, we are also live on YouTube and Facebook. The link to this live streaming is also on the chat box. So please feel free to type in your questions on the chat box as we proceed in the orientation. Okay, first, allow me to introduce our organization, SEAMEO INNOTECH. SEAMEO INNOTECH is an acronym for the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, Regional Center for Educational Innovation and Technology. The umbrella organization, SEAMEO, is a regional intergovernmental organization created to promote cooperation among the Southeast Asian countries in the areas of science, education, and culture. Now, the SEAMEO organization has 11 member countries, and currently, there are 26 SEAMEO centers. Now, one of these centers is our center, SEAMEO INNOTECH, or the Regional Center for Educational Innovation and Technology. As the name suggests, our focus is on educational innovation and technology, so we provide capacity building opportunities for educators like you. In terms of online learning, we have been doing online learning since 2006. We have what is called flexible learning courses. GURO21 is an example of these flexible learning courses. We also have massive open online courses. We are, as an institution, accredited by the Professional Regulations Commission, and all of our courses are accredited by the National Educators Academy of the Philippines. These are just some screenshots of the certificate of recognition or accreditation of the various courses that we are implementing. So you will see highlighted is the certificate of recognition for your course, GURO21 Course 1. So these are for the other courses. This is actually the seventh, no, the last of the 7 series of orientations that we have been conducting since last week for the various courses that we are implementing for NEAP. Your particular course, GURO21 Course 1, as mentioned by Dr. Bacani earlier, was cited and won the Wenwi Award for Educational Innovation in Asia and the Pacific. So you are assured that the course is of quality and has been tested and validated by other international organizations. In terms of courses, we have courses for teachers, such as your course, GURO21 Course 1. We also have GURO21 Course 2. And then for school heads, we have also a couple of courses. We have Teach Excels, Super Excels, Lead Excels, Health Excels, Peace Excels, and we also have a series of courses on strategic thinking and innovation. So we have STI courses 1, 2, and 3. Our GURO21 Course 1, your course, is on facilitating the development of 21st century skills for Southeast Asian teachers. Okay, this course focuses on competencies essential for you, teachers of the 21st century. In this course, you will gain knowledge on new learning perspectives in the light of the changes and challenges in the 21st century. Now, the course also promotes teachers' professional and personal readiness so that in turn, you will be able to help your students become 21st century ready citizens. So there are 2 learning outcomes for the course. One is to equip you with the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values required of 21st century teachers. And 2, to develop and enhance your facilitating skills to effectively play your role as teachers in the 21st century. So you will be divided into classes. That is why earlier we have shared the link to the class list. Because right now there's actually a total of 1,000 learners. So these 1,000 learners are divided into classes. Every class will have more or less 15 learners. That is why we have a class list. Every class will be guided by a flexible learning tutor. So in the class list link that we have shared on the chat box, you will find which class number you belong to. You will also have access to a learning management system, which serves as our virtual venue for the course. Now, in INNOTECH, our learning management system is called iFlex, or the INNOTECH Flexible Learning Management System. The exact URL is https://iflex2.innotech.org. Okay, so every class, the class of 15 learners facilitated by the tutor, will have access to their own class page. So only learners who belong to the same class will have access to the same class page. In your respective class pages in iFlex, you will see the photo of your flexible learning tutor, your live session schedule. In this case, in this example, it's Friday 5 to 8, as well as the schedule of your first live session, which is on March 4. So this is just an example of one of the class pages. You will also see on the class page icons in yellow, which represents the various activities in the course. So later on, we will look into these icons. So for now, just to give you an overview of the course calendar, the course activities will run for 10 weeks. No? This includes asynchronous and synchronous activities. You will see in terms of activities, there will be synchronous sessions, also referred to as live sessions. There are submissions of assignments and other written requirements. At the start, there's a meet and greet per class, and at the end, there is a revalida. So again, we start next week. The first week of the course is next week, which is between February 28th to March 6th. Your live session schedule is the one indicated in your class list. So for example, in the class list, you saw that your schedule is Friday 5 to 8. So the Friday between Feb 28 to March 6 is actually March 4. So for your particular class in that example, week 1 is on March 4, no, which is marked by a live session. So the same course calendar you will have access to in the class page via the course calendar link. Please take note that we will be strictly following the course calendar. For example, the submission of the requirements. GURO21 Course 1 is comprised of 2 modules, and these 2 modules are supplemented by required readings. And in the course, there is an assignment for each module. So since there are 2 modules, that means there are 2 assignments. And these assignments will be submitted by you, the learner, and will be graded by the flexible learning tutor. So let's take a look at Module 1. Module 1 is on equipping teachers with a KSAV for the 21st century. Module 1 has 3 lessons. Module 2 is on facilitating 21st century learning. It also has 3 lessons. Now, when you read through the 2 modules, you need to complete what is called a self-rating competency checklist. This self-rating, as the name suggests, is a self-assessment. So you will be assessing yourself against the competencies covered in each of the modules. And you will be doing this before and after studying each module. This checklist is found in iFlex in your respective class pages by clicking on the competency checklist. So when you click on that, you will see that, for example, in Module 1, there is a link to the pre-Module 1 competency checklist and the post-Module 1 competency checklist. In terms of contents, the pre and post checklist are the same. But what's different here is that you will be responding to this competency checklist before and after reading each module. So in total, you will be completing this checklist twice for each of the 2 modules of the course. That is before and after. Again, this part is not graded. This self-assessment is not graded, but you are required to complete the self-rating competency checklist. Okay, to give you an idea of what it looks like, it's basically just like a form which indicates the competencies covered in a particular module and where you will be rating yourself as, for example, I cannot do this yet, I'm learning how to do this, I can do this, but I need to learn more and improve, and I can do this very well. Now, before and after going through each module. Now, together with the 2 modules, there will be required readings which you will be studying. Now, all of these materials, the modules as well as the required readings, you already have access to as early as now via the Learner Toolkit. This is the link to the Learner Toolkit. It's https://bit.ly/LRNRTLKT. Our technical support staff will be typing this link on the chat box For your easy reference, you may also take a screenshot if you want of this particular slide. So again, as early as now, you have access to the materials via the Learner Toolkit. If you go to that link of the toolkit, simply click on Course Material, the Course Material tab, and then you will find all of the courses together with their materials. Look for GURO21 Course 1, and you will see the link for Module 1, Module 2, and the required readings. This means that you can download the modules and the required readings. The two other links, sample course requirements and assignment template, are related to the written requirements. They are just samples and guides for the written requirements. We will be discussing more of that later. But as far as the materials, which are the modules and required readings are concerned, you can download them from the Learner Toolkit. What's good about that is once you have downloaded them, you can read them offline. You don't have to be online to read through the materials. Once you have downloaded them, you have your own copy in your own device. Now, aside from accessing the materials via the Learner Toolkit, you can also access the materials via the iFlex class page, your own respective class pages, by clicking on the course materials icon. So in terms of written requirements, there are 4 written requirements for GURO21 Course 1. The 2 assignments here, Assignment 1 and Assignment 2, refers to the assignment for each module. So Assignment 1 is the assignment for Module 1. Assignment 2 is the assignment for Module 2. And then there is an end of course reflection paper and an end of course action plan. Now, just to give you an idea of what the assignments are like. Now, please take note that the assignments, they have multiple components. So this is not an assignment that you can complete within 1 hour or 2 hours, okay? So let's look at Module 1 assignment just to give you an idea of what the assignments are like. Let me read it for you. Go back to Activity 1.8 on 21st Century Literacies on page 50, meaning this is page 50 of the module. Identify the literacy areas where you are strong, good, or weak at. Then, develop a personal lifelong learning plan to address the areas that you are weak at and enhance those that you are already good or strong at. And use the template provided. So there's a template provided. You will see the template already identifies the key information that you need to put as part of your personal lifelong learning plan. So after preparing that, you are then to discuss your PLLP or personal lifelong learning plan with your school head and get his or her feedback and recommendations for improvement. Now, this discussion, you need to take a photo documentation of. And the feedback that you will get from your school head, you now need to use to revise or improve on your PLLP. And then you will have that plan approved, the final plan. Now, part 3 of the Module 1 assignment is to write a 300 to 400 word reflection paper on the PLLP that you have developed, including your insights on the experience of having developed this PLLP and the challenges that you foresee when you start implementing this plan. So notice Module 1 assignment has 3 parts. May part 1, part 2, and part 3. This means that once you have completed the Module 1 assignment, you actually end up with several documents, right? Now, these several documents, this is now what you submit as part of your module assignment. Okay, now we also have, as one of the written requirements, the end of course reflection paper. Now, the end of course reflection paper already has a template. The guide questions are provided, and you will just fill in your responses on the blanks in the template. The end of course action plan, the intention here is for you to be able to demonstrate that you can integrate, synthesize, and apply what you have learned from the course. So this is a plan that you would like to do after completing the course. So that is the ECAP. And we also have a template for the ECAP where you will be identifying the concept that you want to apply or share. Take note after having completed the module. Okay, and then you will provide the details. So those are the written requirements. Now again, take note, the course materials, which is composed of the 2 modules and the required readings, you can have access to it now via the Learner Toolkit. The assignments, the details of the assignments, they are actually in the modules themselves. So when you download the modules, towards the latter part of each module, you will find the assignment. Now, in the same Learner Toolkit, as in the first bullet, there is also a discussion on what the written requirements are, as well as the templates. Now, the general information about the course, such as the course calendar, the intended learning outcomes of the course, these are summarized in a learner's guide, which is uploaded in your class page. So these are your access. These are the essential information that has to do with the course materials. Now let's look at the course schedule relative to the submission of the written requirements. So notice that on weeks 3 and 4, it is indicated here, there will be no synchronous session, meaning no live session, no video con session. But instead, these 2 weeks is allotted for you to be able to complete your first module assignment. So earlier, I've shown you an overview of the assignment. You saw that it has multiple components and that it can take a little bit more time to complete. That is why you have 2 weeks to complete that particular assignment. So same with module 2. You have another 2 weeks to do your module 2 assignment. And then you have an extra week to do your reflection paper. And then another extra week to do your action plan. So overall, you have a total of 1.5 months to complete the 4 written requirements. So that is more than enough time, for you to be able to accomplish them. Now, these written requirements, you submit them in iFlex in your respective class pages by clicking on the written requirements link. Now, in the case of the assignments, because you will end up with several documents. So remember, for example, in the assignment that I have just shared, there is a personal lifelong learning plan, there is a photo documentation, and there is also a reflection paper. So now you have a couple of documents with you. So what you do with that is you first upload it on your Google Drive. And the link from your Google Drive, you now copy on iFlex. So in iFlex, there are already containers for each of your submission. So there's a container for the Module 1 assignment, which is Assignment 1. Container for the Module 2 assignment, which is Assignment 2, reflection paper, and action plan. Okay, if you do not know how to upload documents in a Google Drive, don't worry, because in the Learner Toolkit, we have provided video tutorials. So there's a video tutorial on how to upload files on the Google Drive and how to be able to share that link in iFlex. So please view those tutorials if you're not familiar with uploading files on the Google Drive and then submitting the link in iFlex. So those are the written requirements. Now, apart from the written requirements, there are discussions in the course. The discussions can come in the form of synchronous sessions or asynchronous sessions. When we say synchronous sessions, that means those who are part of the discussions, they need to be logged in all at the same time. When we refer to asynchronous discussions, you need not be logged in all at the same time to participate. So the schedule in the class list that you just saw from the link that we have provided in the chat box. That's scheduled, for example, Friday 5 to 8 or Saturday 9 to 12. That refers to the 3-hour live session. Why is there schedule? Because you need to be logged in at the same time, together with your classmates who belong to the same class. Whereas in a forum discussion, what happens here is that the flexible learning tutor can, for example, post a discussion forum question on a Monday, and anytime between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, morning, noon, or night, you can answer or respond to the discussion forum question. So in the course, we have both. We have live sessions, we have forum discussions. So let's look more on the synchronous sessions. So in total, there's 10 weeks in the course, right? But the live sessions is not weekly. There's only 4. There will only be 4 in those 10 weeks where you will have live sessions. There is a specified day and time. Again, you see your specific class schedule from the class list. This is already given to you. This is 3 hours. No, the live session runs for 3 hours. Okay, in terms of modality, this can be done via video con or iFlex chat. Video con meaning either Google Meet, Zoom, MS Teams. If it is in iFlex chat, that means you log in on iFlex and go to chat. Now, your flexible learning tutor or FLT will select the platform for each video con session and will inform you ahead of time as to the link of each video con or live session. Okay, please note that attendance is taken during these live sessions. There's also a photo documentation taken because these are submitted by your flexible learning tutor to us, the course management team. So if it is via video con, again, that means it's outside of iFlex because it can either be via Zoom, Google Meet, or MS Teams. But if the flexible learning tutor indicated that it will be via iFlex chat, that means you log in on iFlex and go to chat. Okay, now let's look at the schedule relative to these live sessions or synchronous sessions. Okay, let me just go back to it. So again, the highlight of week 1 is a synchronous activity. Synchronous activity is the same as live session. Okay, that means next week is the first week of the course. That means next week, you're going to have a live session schedule. What is the specific schedule? That is the schedule given on your class list. So please check the class list. Take note of your day schedule, day and time. So for example, Friday 5 to 8. Next week is between February 28 to March 6. So your specific live session schedule depends on the day and time given to you. So for example, the day and time given to you is Friday 5 to 8. That means next week, your live session is March 4 because March 4 is the Friday next week. Okay? So on March 4, 5 to 8 p.m., this particular class who has this schedule needs to be logged in at the same time, either in a video con or in iFlex chat, as arranged by the flexible learning tutor prior to the video con. So between now, meaning the end of this orientation, and next week, your flexible learning tutor will let you know about the modality of your first live session. Okay? So what are you covering for your first and second live session? Take note, weeks 1 and 2, module 1, meaning what you will be discussing in these live sessions is module 1. So this implies that you need to be prepared, that you should have already actually read module 1, because that is going to be the focus of the discussions in weeks 1 and 2. And then weeks 3 and 4, as mentioned earlier, this is allotted for you to complete your assignment, the first module assignment. And then on weeks 5 and 6, you have another live session schedule. So that is live session number 3 and live session number 4. This time covering now module 2, which means that prior to that, you should have already read module 2. So again, in the whole 10 weeks of the course, there are only 4 live sessions. They happen on weeks 1, 2, 5, and 6. The specific date is dependent on your class schedule. So once you have a class schedule, that is fixed. So for example, your first live session is on a Friday. All of the other live sessions will be on a Friday 5 to 8. It doesn't change because you belong to us to the same class. The schedule for the class does not change. Okay, so specifically, for example, if your schedule is, let's just say Sunday. So that means your specific dates of your live session schedules are March 6, 13, April 3, and April 10. If your schedule is a Saturday, that means your live sessions are March 5, March 12, April 2, April 9. If it's a Friday, it's March 4, March 11, April 1, April 8, and so on. So mark your calendars so that you do not forget the schedule of your live sessions. Again, there are only 4 within the 10 weeks of the course. Okay, on top of the 4 live sessions, we also have a meet and greet prior to your first live session, which means anytime between after this orientation and your first live session, there will be a meet and greet session for your class. And towards the end of the course, there's going to be a revalida. Now, let's look at the meet and greet session. Okay, again, between now, let's say between tomorrow and your first live session, please expect your flexible learning tutor to reach out to you for the modality and the link to the class meet and greet. So only those learners who belong to the same class will be meeting in this meet and greet session because this is on a per class basis. And this is not going to be 3 hours. This is just a short meeting. It's just a preliminary meeting for the class. And the intention is to reiterate some of the key information, such as the ones that we are discussing right now in this orientation, to level off expectations between the flexible learning tutor and the learners, and to decide on what's going to be the communication channel for your particular class. How are you going to communicate with each other? Okay, so these are the things that you can expect to be covered in the meet and greet session that should happen prior to your first live session. Now, the revalida, which happens at the end, specifically for your course, this is going to be between May 9 to 12. Okay? Now, at the point of revalida, by the time the course has ended already, all grades are in. Okay? Because only learners who have a passing rating are actually scheduled and invited for the revalida. The revalida is a final check to validate the submissions that you made to your flexible learning tutor. So they will try to find out whether you were really the ones who prepared all of those submissions, and to also get insights on your overall experience in the course. So this is just a screenshot of when learners complete a revalida. Notice that they usually compile their outputs in a portfolio and they show this to their flexible learning tutor during the revalida. Okay, the revalida is not a per class interview. It is a one-on-one interview between the flexible learning tutor and the learner. And because it's a one-on-one interview, it is scheduled per learner. So between the period May 9 to 12, your flexible learning tutor will schedule your own revalida. And this is just a short meeting, around 20 minutes. So those are the synchronous discussion sessions. Again, synchronous meaning you and the people that you're discussing with, you need to be logged in at the same time, okay, to be able to discuss. Now, those sessions are now complemented by the forum or asynchronous discussion sessions, okay? Where the flexible learning tutor via the iFlex forum feature can ask the learners to reflect on the required readings, related to the topic being discussed, or perhaps share some real life experiences related to the topic, or perhaps share samples of your work related to the topic. So these are just some examples, no, of the discussion topics that may be posted by your flexible learning tutor. No? Again, these are asynchronous. To participate in the forum or asynchronous discussions, simply click on the forum portion in your class page. Now, you probably have realized by now that the course is graded. The key elements of the course, such as the participation in the live session and forum related to the first module, that's 15% of your grade. Your participation in the live session and forum related to the second module, another 15% of your grade. Each of the module assignments, 20% of your grade. The end of course reflection paper, 10%. The end of course action plan, 20%. So for each of these elements, you get a rating of either A+, which is excellent, A, very good, B+, good, B, passed, or C, deficient. Okay, as you go along the course and when you start submitting your requirements, and then for example, when the discussions, both live sessions and asynchronous discussions related to module 1 are done, you now start seeing your rating in the course. And this is where you will see your rating. You can find it in the ratings icon in your respective class pages. Now, who are the flexible learning tutors who will be guiding you? Each class will be facilitated by a flexible learning tutor. The general profile of our flexible learning tutors are, they are education experts from the Ministry of Education. They are education experts from higher education institutions. And they are education experts from education-oriented local and international organizations. So you can be assured that the flexible learning tutors are very much competent to guide you in the GURO21 Course 1. You will meet them, your respective flexible learning tutors, in your class meet and greet so you can get to know more about your specific flexible learning tutor. In the meantime, when you click on your class list, you will see the name of your flexible learning tutor. So again, in the course, you will have access to our learning management system, which is called iFlex. The specific URL of iFlex is https://iflex2.innotech.org. So please take note, it's iFlex2 because in Innotech, we actually have several URLs for iFlex. We have iFlex3, we have iFlex4. So you might, for example, Google it and then you click on the first thing that you see. Please take note, it's iflex2.innotech.org. Okay, when you log in on iFlex, you will be asked for a username and password. So to know what your username is, follow this format. It is the first letter of your first name, followed by your complete surname, all small letters. So again, it is the first letter of your first name, followed by your complete surname. That's your username. Now, the default password is capital P at 55W0RD. This is the default password, which means everybody has the same password at this time. And that also implies that when you log in for the first time in iFlex, you must change your password to protect your account. So for example, if your name is Juan Miguel Z. Cruz, following that format of a username, which is the initial of your first name, and then your surname, all small letters, that means that the username for Juan Miguel Z. Cruz is J. Cruz. And then the password again, it's P at 55W0RD. Please do not forget to change your password when you log in on iFlex. Okay? At this point, after this orientation, you can already try logging in on iFlex and see your respective class pages. You can browse, try to navigate, look around, look at how to submit the written requirements, look at the course materials. Don't worry, wala po kayong masisira dyan. Okay? So familiarize yourself with the class page. Now, at any point, when the course is already ongoing, when you need technical or administrative support, we have a dedicated Facebook page for you. This is the link to the Facebook page, https://bit.ly NEAPGC1. So our technical support staff will be typing this link on the chat box for your easy reference. Again, when you need support, when the course is already ongoing, you just go to this Facebook page. Some reminders when you seek support. Number one, it's good that you were able to attend this orientation because much of the information that you need in order for you to efficiently begin the course, we are already covering in this orientation. At the same time, this orientation is again being recorded and will be made, the recording will be made accessible to you via the same Facebook page that I shared earlier. It will also include the slide deck that I'm using right now. Okay. For basic information, a learner's guide is also uploaded in iFlex under the course materials. So when you go to the Facebook page to try and seek support, send us a private message. Okay, provide your complete name as well as the details of your concern. If possible, best if you can provide a screenshot for us to better understand your concern. Okay, our response time is within 24 to 48 hours. So now just to differentiate, which concerns do you direct to your flexible learning tutor and which concerns do you direct to the Facebook page as a private message? If it is technical or administrative in nature, you direct it to the Facebook page. For example, you cannot log in on iFlex. You have questions about navigating iFlex. You want to update your contact details or information. For example, in the class list, you saw that your email is incorrect or your mobile number is incorrect or your middle initial or anything in your name is incorrect, send us a message, okay, a private message on the Facebook page because these concerns are technical or administrative in nature. But if it has to do with your performance in the course, for example, your submissions to your flexible learning tutor, you're not able to attend the sessions or submit on time. The video conferencing link for the synchronous sessions, these are created by the flexible learning tutor. So those things you direct to your flexible learning tutor. How? Remember, during the class meet and greet, your class will be establishing your channel of communication. So that is how you will know how to direct questions to your flexible learning tutor. If you have forgotten the link to the Facebook page, don't worry. There is a prominent link in iFlex that will lead you to the Facebook page. Okay, when you successfully complete the course, that means your overall rating is an A+, A, B+, or B. You get an international certificate of competence from SEAMEO INNOTECH. It will bear your name, the course you completed, the duration, the training hours, the CPD credits. It is signed by the director of the SEAMEO Secretariat as well as our center director. Every certificate has a unique learner code. This is an e-certificate. There are two ways by which you will have access to this e-certificate. One, it will be emailed to the email address that you have provided to us. So please take note that it's the email address that you have provided to us. When you filled out the enrollment form earlier, the email address that you have indicated there, that is where we will be submitting your e-certificate if you successfully complete the course. Second way of accessing your certificate is via the SEAMEO INNOTECH website. There is a specific section there on e-certificate download. You simply paste or type in your unique learner code. How will you know your unique learner code? By the end of the course, we will publish the learner codes of the successful course completers. Okay, to add even more value, the certificate that you will receive, it's already an international certificate of competence. And this being a NEAP accredited course, you can be assured you can use it for your career advancement within DepEd. But there's an even more opportunity to add value to the certificate that you will be getting. You can get advanced academic credits from any of our partner higher education institutions, assuming, of course, you are enrolled in any of these HEIs. And if you have completed 3 of our courses, you are already qualified to receive a joint graduate diploma certificate, which is an additional credential for you. So these are the list of our partner higher education institutions. So we have partners from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Assuming that you are enrolled in any of these partner higher education institutions, your certificate is equivalent to an advanced academic credit, which means it can be equivalent to anywhere from 6 to 9 units. In a way, you save yourself from having to enroll again, no, to generate 6 to 9 units because you have completed the course. So you get advanced academic credits, assuming that you are enrolled in any of our partner higher education institutions. To know more about our partner HEIs, in your learner toolkit, there is a section on partner HEI videos. So you can watch an overview video of the various HEIs that are partners of SEAMEO INNOTECH. Now, we just want to emphasize that we want to maintain professionalism at all times in the course. So please do not commit plagiarism, do not copy from each other, do not lift things from the internet. We just want to really emphasize that. So how do you prepare yourself prior to your first live session next week? First things first, follow the Facebook page because again, after this orientation, even when you need support, that is where you go to, the Facebook page. Again, the link to this page we have been pasting on the chat box, so please take note. To download the course materials, meaning the modules and the required readings, you have access to them already via the Learner Toolkit. So you can begin reading, download them, and read at least Module 1. Familiarize yourself with iFlex. You now have access to iFlex 2. So you have access to your respective class pages. Please do not forget to change the default password. And then from between now, let's say tomorrow, and prior to your first live session next week, please expect your flexible learning tutor to reach out to you for the class meet and greet. So your flexible learning tutor will be informing you of the schedule and the link to the class meet and greet. So this is a short session prior to your first live session. And overall, be prepared to participate in the course. These are some of the important links that we have been sharing. First, the enrollment form. As of now, you're already nominated and officially enrolled. The enrollment form is meant to gather your data or your profile information, the accurate profile information, so kindly fill this out. Second, please view your class assignment, your live session schedule, and your flexible learning tutor. Again, the classes will already begin next week. So whatever date is indicated there, that means that's already next week. Next week is your first live session. So check that class number. Now, if ever in the class schedule that was given to you, you will be absolutely not available, you may request for a change in schedule by filling out the request for change in schedule form. So the link is here. We have also pasted this on the chat box. Again, this is only for those who will be absolutely not available. That means, for example, let's say you have graduate studies at exactly the same schedule as the live session. But this request for change in schedule form is not intended for those who just want another schedule. Okay? Again, this is only for those who will be absolutely not available on the live session schedule that was assigned to you. Okay? And then, of course, we have our orientation attendance. So these are the important links. We have shared this on the chat box and we will continue sharing them. Now, for those who cannot find their names on the class list, well, number one, double check, baka po na-miss out lang ninyo. But if you really cannot find your name there, we regret that that means you are not part of GURO21 Course 1 because only those who were officially nominated by the NEAP are included in this class list. So at this point, to provide you more information about your respective contracts as learners, as well as the support services being provided by the NEAP, I'd like to turn over the floor to Ms. Richie Vasagas and Ms. Maria Carmila Clave. Richie, go ahead.
Yes, all right. Thank you, Joanne. Let me just check. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, Richie, we can hear you.
Okay, for a while, share my screen. Okay. All right. So once again, good afternoon to everyone, to all of our scholars for the NEAP and SEAMEO INNOTECH Batch 1 programs. So for you, we would like to welcome you again to the course GURO21 Course 1. All right. Okay, so right this afternoon, we will be going over your duties and responsibilities. So as Director John has mentioned in his message, okay, your scholarship to this program comes with it certain responsibilities. You can also find a copy of the contract in DM82 series of 2020. Okay, so before we discuss your contract, which maybe some of you have already submitted to your division focals, let me just share that right now we have two official NEAP lists. Okay, so for the first group, these are the scholars who got nominated through their division and regional focals. So we had our call for this scholarship last November 29. We extended the deadline for the regions and divisions to submit by December. However, marami po tayong naranasan itong December po, no? The pandemic as well as in some regions, the typhoon. So we extended that deadline again through the whole month of January. And finally, this was closed on February 3. So maybe some of you are part of this list. So my colleague from NEAP will also place the link to this list in the chat box. Okay, so however, when we closed this list on February 3, meron pa pong mga hindi na fill out na slots. Right, so that's why we also had our final call for additional participants on February 8 to 11. So marami siguro po sa inyo nag-sign up dito. We posted this link in our NEAP Facebook page. However, there were thousands of you who registered. I think over 10,000 po, no? But then, since this is a call for additional participants only, we only have remaining 200 to 300 slots. That's why hindi po lahat ng nakaregister dito ay automatic na nakapasok. So this final call has limited slots. Right? So because this has limited slots, we sent a confirmation email to you. So your confirmation email were sent from February 11 or until last week. Nag-send pa po kami. Your confirmation email should be from pdd.pdi@deped.gov.ph. We place there your congratulatory message as well as instructions for you to submit your letter of intent and your contract to your SDOs. All right, so the first thing that you should be doing as a scholar of NEAP would be to submit your letter of intent. So you have a template for this, especially those na nasendan po namin ng email. You can also find this contract, this letter of intent template in DM82 series of 2020. It's one of the enclosures. So since this is a template, you just need to fill out some of the important or personal details like your name, your position, name of your school, the program course title, in this case, GURO21 Course 1, and the name of your the service provider. So that will be SEAMEO INNOTECH. Okay, aside from your letter of intent, you need to submit as well the NEAP PDP contract. So again, this is also a template. So you just need to place your personal details like your name, position, your school or office or station, title of the program or course, name of the learning service provider, and the inclusive dates, which Ms. Joanne has already shared earlier. So kindly submit your letter of intent if you have not yet done so, as well as the contract to your SDOs before February 28th. Right, so that's until next week po. So let's go over your contract. So ano po yung nakastipulate doon? So as a DepEd participant, we expect that you maintain the academic standards and other course requirements set for by the program. And that failure to do so would be sufficient grounds for disqualification and termination. And of course, to conduct yourself in such a manner that will uphold the moral integrity and professionalism of a DepEd public servant. So it was mentioned earlier that one of the course policies is to not to plagiarize. And of course, we expect you to uphold that. Aside from that, you need to submit a copy of your NEAP action plan, okay, which contain lessons or how you're going to echo what you have learned or apply in the course or applied what you have learned in the course. So again po, no, yung scholarship natin, kasama ito sa responsibilities that we're able to cascade and maximize kung ano yung natutunan natin. So you are also expected that you might be tapped, okay, by your school leaders to echo the seminars or facilitate your LAC sessions, especially if it is directly related to the course that you are taking now. And finally, to refund in full the sums of money as we have paid for by the scholarship, and that failure to do so with any of the foregoing conditions through the scholar's fault or willful neglect, resignation from the service, your transfer to other agencies, a voluntary retirement, or other causes within one's control. So again po, no, this course will be paid for by NEAP. So that's why failure to finish the course, okay, you will need to refund, okay, the course fees. However, for reasons beyond the control of the teacher participant, okay, you need to submit your withdrawal letter as well as documentary requirements. For example, doctor certification if you have stipulated health reasons to be your main reason for withdrawal. As of today, we do not encourage withdrawals anymore kasi nga po, no, madami po nag-register, konti lang po kayo nakapasok. And this is a short course. So this will run for around 2 to 3 months. So we believe that with the help of your classmates, your flexible learning tutors, as well as the help of the SEAMEO INNOTECH focal persons and your NEAP representatives, kayang-kaya niyo pong tapusin ito. So we expect that lahat po tayo ay makakaabot sa Revalida at makakakuha ng passing grade for this course. Okay, so at the end of your contract, okay, you will see this part. Okay, so your contract has to be signed by you, of course, and your direct supervisor. Now, do not submit your contract directly to NEAP. That's because you must submit your contract to your SDO. They will help you or they will facilitate the signing of the regional HRDD chief and your regional director. So, ipapasa pa po nila ito sa inyong regional office. So again, wag niyo pong i-email directly sa amin ang inyong contract. Please submit it to your SDOs. Okay, so for this part, the notary part, there is no need for your contract to be notarized yet. That's because wala pa pong pirma ni Director John. So your contract, again, will have these signatures, yours, your direct supervisor, your regional chief, and regional director. So kapag umabot po sa amin sa NEAP, pipirmahan na po ni Director John Shena. That's why you don't need to have your contracts notarized yet. Okay, so once again, as scholars, you're expected to submit your letter of intent, your contract, and then of course, enroll in your course. SEAMEO INNOTECH has given their enrollment links. Attend your program or course, submit all program requirements, and receive a passing grade. And towards the end of your course, prepare, submit, and implement your NEAP action plan. So this is also a copy of the template of your NEAP action plan. What's good with your course is that meron na rin kayong end of course requirement. So you can tweak that a little and just follow this template. And finally, to make an account or update your account in PDIS, or the NEAP Professional Development Information System, which we are currently building right now, as Director John has also mentioned. Okay, so for the steps to how to make an account or update your account in PDIS, let's watch this instructional video.
Welcome to the Professional Development Information System, or PDIS. The National Educators Academy of the Philippines, NEAP, will utilize the information system to store, track, monitor, and analyze the participation of our valued teachers and school leaders in learning and development programs, courses, and other professional development interventions. PDIS is important in terms of decision-making on PD interventions and initiatives at the school level, SDOs, and ROs. This will also be used for validating your participation to activities as a requirement for career progression. For NEAP SIM recipients who have already registered their SIM cards, here are the steps in resetting your PDIS password and updating your profile. Step 1. Go to https://pdis.deped.gov.ph/password/reset. You will arrive at a web page looking like this. Step 2. Enter your deped.gov.ph email address. Step 3. Open your deped.gov.ph email account. You will find an email coming from pdis@deped.gov.ph or pdis.neap@neap.ph.education. This could vary depending on your region, with subject line Reset Password Notification. If there's no email from the PDIS in your inbox, kindly check your spam folder. Step 4. Click the Reset Password button indicated in the email. The email will look similar to this. Step 5. You will be directed to another web page. Enter your desired password on the fields indicated and click Change Password when done. Your PDIS password reset does not affect your DepEd email account password. The web page will look similar to this. Step 6. After a successful password reset, You will be directed to update your PDIS profile. After completing all the necessary fields, you will be able to use the features of the PDIS. The PDIS will look like this. Please note that other PDIS features are currently being updated, and your PDIS password does not affect your DepEd email password and vice versa. For non-SIM recipients, Teacher 1 to Master Teacher 4, register via www.deped.gov.ph/NEA/register.html. Wait for further instructions from NEAP via email notifying that PDIS account has been created. Then reset PDIS account and update PDIS profile. For other categories, wait for an email from NEAP for the registration link. Wait for further instructions from NEAP via email notifying that PDIS account has been created. Then reset PDIS account and update PDIS profile. For more information or inquiries on PDIS, email us at neap.register@deped.gov.ph. Visit and like the official Facebook page of NEAP at https://www.facebook.com/DepEdNEAP and be updated with the latest professional development opportunities. Thank you and make use of your PDIS. Well,
Right, so once again, for more information or inquiries about PDIS, please send an email at neapregistrar@deped.gov.ph. So at this point, let me call on another one of my colleagues from NEAP Professional Development Division, Ms. Maria Carmila Clave, to talk about the NEAP Communications Package. MC, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Miss Peachy. Okay. So before we proceed to the discussion, so we would like to highlight that discussion is applicable for NEAP SIM card recipients and non-NEAP SIM card recipients. And as we go along the discussion, we hope that this discussion will clarify your questions and inquiries regarding your communications package. Okay, so last October 28, 2021, NEAP conducted the ceremonial mass orientation of teachers on communications package. So through the usage of this NEAP SIM card, we would like to help in and provide professional development opportunities for teachers 1 to 3 and master teachers 1 to 4. So the recipient or the recipients of the NEAP's communications package would be teachers 1 to 3 and master teachers 1 to 4. So the package includes all network calls and texts, 6 GB open data wallet, and 1 GB daily wallet. So the recipients will only receive the succeeding top-ups once they have enrolled in NEAP recognized professional development programs. Therefore, the participants of SEAMEO INNOTECH program who are also NEAP SIM card recipients are entitled to receive their monthly top-up in order for them to complete the course. So basically, you have to enroll in NEAP recognized professional development programs for you to be able to get your succeeding top-ups. So the list of the active participants per month will be sent to the responsible unit for the top-up. Take note that a participant must be an active participant of the course to receive the monthly top-up. We would also like to reiterate that you have to register your NEAP SIM card number, enroll or participate to NEAP recognized professional development programs before you receive your top-ups. Sige po. So for the teachers naman who are non-NEAP SIM card recipients but still fall in the category of the target recipients. So we have teachers 1 to 3, master teachers 1 to 4 na hindi po nakatanggap ng SIM card. So kindly communicate directly to your property custodian or supply officer or to your respective SDO regarding the reimbursement process of your monthly load or your purchase SIM card. So you can also check the memorandum on provision and distribution of communications package for teachers to support their participation in NEAP recognized professional development programs and courses. So dito po naka-embed yung reimbursement process natin. But also again, we advise that you directly communicate to your property custodian, supply officer, or to your respective SDOs para po doon sa mga hindi nakatanggap ng SIM card but still are teachers 1 to 3 or master teachers 1 to 4. Also, we would like to highlight that again, you have to register your NEAP SIM card para po ito dun sa mga NEAP SIM card recipients naman. You have to register your NEAP SIM card sa www.deped.gov.ph/NEAP/register.html. Okay po, kailangan nyo pong register ang inyong NEAP SIM card number. Para naman po doon sa mga walang NEAP SIM card, we still advise that you register your personal number or your nominated SIM card number to www.deped.gov.ph/NEAP/register.html. Para po kasi ma-update natin yung PDIS natin, after nyo pong register doon sa link na sinabi natin kanina, makakatanggap po kayo ng email notification from PDIS updating that you can already change your password or update your PDIS account. So the email notification may take around 30 days or more due to the number or volume po ng new accounts natin. So we also advise that you check your spam folder because the notification might land on your notification folder po. Again, whether NEAP SIM card recipient po tayo or non-NEAP SIM card recipient, we still advise that you register your number to www.deped.gov.ph/NEAP/register.html para makatanggap po tayo ng email notification for the update or creation of our PDIS accounts. Okay po? Alright. Sige po. So for program concerns and inquiries, kindly direct your email to pdd.pdi@deped.gov.ph. For PDIS concerns and inquiries regarding po dun sa pag-update or creation ng account ninyo, kindly message or email us at neap.registrar@deped.gov.ph. For SIM card concerns and inquiries, kindly email at askneap@deped.gov.ph. Again, I'll be posting the links sa chat box po natin for easier references, but take note of the email address to directly address the concern that you wanted to clarify or inquire about. Okay po. And then again, congratulations to our scholars. We would like to request some of your time to answer our evaluation form. So the evaluation link will be open until 6 p.m. today. We would love to hear your feedback, or if you have further clarifications or inquiries, kindly indicate it in the orientation evaluation link po. Marami pong salamat. Again, I will be posting the links in a while for easier references. Marami pong salamat. Back to you, Ms. Joanne.
Thank you very much, MC. Thank you very much, Peachy. So at this point, I'd like to call on our senior specialist of the Learning Management and Implementation Unit to facilitate our open forum. Rob, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Ito lang po, dun sa sinabi po kanina, you need to have a NEAP SIM to be able to access po yung ating load allowance po. Load allowance referring to po dun sa sa gigabyte po and others po. In the event po na wala kayong NEAP SIM, I think na post po dyan kanina, you still need to register po for purposes po na, sorry, not register, you need to communicate with your procurement officer, property officer in order to makakuha kayo ng sinasabi nating reimbursement para sa inyong load. Okay, so nasabi din po kanina, 6 gig po ang initial load ng inyong NEAP SIM at meron kayong daily top up po na 1 gig. So kumpleto po yan. Hindi kayo mauubusan whenever you participate in video conferencing activities po or sessions as mentioned po ng Joanne kanina. Ulitin po namin, yun pong mga hindi nyo makita yung pangalan nyo sa class list. Paki-review nyo lang po kasi may mga cases kami na nandiyan po hindi lang nila nakikita ng maayos. So review nyo lang po, nandiyan po yung class list, nandiyan po yung assignment nyo, yung schedule and others. Joanne did mention earlier, in the event na hindi kayo available, absolutely not available po dun sa schedule na binigay sa inyo, please inform us. Meron pong change of schedule form po dyan, nasa loob din po. Isang link lang po lahat yan. Huwag po kayong malilito bakit ang daming lumalabas. Inuulit-ulit lang po namin kasi nga po marami nagtatanong, nasaan ang attendance link, nasaan ang most of the time po paglalabas dyan, bigla pong hindi na makita ng ibang participants or baka na-disconnect po sila kanina. So yun po, all of the sessions po, the PowerPoint presentations, PowerPoint din po na binigay po, pinakita sa inyo ni NEAP, will all be uploaded po doon sa Facebook link na binigay po sa inyo. Meron pong special Facebook page para sa class po ng GURO21 Course 1. So ulitin po namin, para masabi po yung mga nagtatanong, marami pong tanong dito, hindi ko makita yung pangalan ko sa list. Ang dapat po, number 1, nakatanggap po kayo ng notice from NEAP na kino-congratulate kayo at you're part of the GURO21 course po ng SEAMEO INNOTECH. Alongside, meron po kayong hinihingan kayo na mag-accomplish ng letter of intent and also accomplish yung pong sinasabi nating service contract or simply contract. Yung hahanapin po nyo, nasaan ang contract na doon po yun. Kung wala kayong copy, hindi na ilagay po dyan sa email sa inyo. Makakakita po kayo sa DepEd Memo number 28 series of, number 82. Baliktad. Number 82 series of 2020. So yun po. May mga tanong pa rin dito. Hindi ako nakatanggap ng NEAP SIM. Ang sabi, wala pa akong 3 years. Tama ba yun? Can we request Peachy and MC? Meron bang requirement na dapat may 3 years in service ka? For clarification, please. Although alam ko na yung sasagot. But better for NEAP to respond. Please.
Thank you po. Thank you, Sir Roby. With that, kindly communicate po with your supply officer regarding the distribution process din po. But again, the target recipients of our NEAP SIM card would be teachers 1 to 3 and master teachers 1 to 4 po.
Very clear po wala pong sinasabing years of service. Ang importante po ay kayo ay participant ng NEAP PDP. Ibig po sabihin, like this one, this is part of the NEAP Professional Development Program. Ito pong sinasalihan nyo ngayon. Wala pong sinasabi na dapat kayo ay 3 years in the service. Okay, meron pong tanong dito, paano ang gagawin ko pag nawala yung NEAP SIM ko? Sasabihin ko na lang, sagutin ko na. Pupunta daw po kayo sa Smart. You need to bring your ID and also a affidavit of loss, tama no? Affidavit of loss. At papalitan po nila at yung wag niyong kalimutan po yung pinaglagyan ng SIM. I think you're familiar with that. Nandoon po kasi yung number ng inyong SIM. Yung pinaglagyan po yun, di ba tatanggalin niyo po yung SIM card, yung actual na SIM card tatanggalin niyo doon sa parang I forgot the term for that. Yun po, 3 po ang kailangan yung ibigay para sa Smart para mapalitan po yung SIM card nyo. Same number po, hindi po kayo bibigyan ng ibang number. Ganun pong sitwasyon ngayon sa Philippines. Hindi porke nawala niyo yung number mo, hindi po yun mababago ang number mo. Same number ang ibibigay po sa inyo. Okay, DepEd SIM po ang gamit niya instead of NEAP SIM. I think nasabi po kanina, pag wala pa kayong NEAP SIM, you want to use your own SIM, you need to inform your property custodian. You need to inform them that you are using your own SIM para po kayo mapag-usapan po yung reimbursement arrangement. Pero ang pinaka-importante po, huwag niyong kalilimutan, paulit-ulit po sinasabi, you need to register po sa PDIS. Nakasalalay po doon yung inyong history, ang inyong pong future. Sabi nga natin, future as far as your course, your development is concerned, your capacity development is concerned. Nandoon po ang record ninyo para malaman ano na yung mga natapusan ko, ano nang mga expertise ko. I think nasabi po kanina yan ng mga representatives natin sa NEAP, eventually po kayo po ikukunin ng mga resource person, resource speakers, mga experts dahil po sa pinagtapusan ninyo. That's very important po. I think every one of us wants to be part of the experts, the pool of experts po, di ba? Nakakadagdag po yan ng ating ranking pag nakakatanggap ka ng Certificate of Recognition. So if you want to be part of those mere people na makasama po dun sa mga pool of experts po ng DepEd, register po sa PDIS. Do not forget that po. Bakit hindi ma-open? Okay, so gagalawin lang po yan. Baka mahina ang internet po ninyo. Litin po pag wala po kayong NEAP SIM, punta po kayo sa inyong property custodian, property officer, procurement officer, kung ano pong tawag sa kanila. SDO, sabihin niyo po that you're part of the NEAP PDP program at kayo po ay bibigyan ng NEAP SIM. Kung ayaw niyo pong gumamit ng NEAP SIM, meron pong arrangement dyan na reimbursement, but you need to inform yung pong officials po ng DepEd sa loob po ng division ninyo na kayo po ay gagamit ng sarili nyong SIM. Pero ang hindi po pwedeng mangyari ay hindi kayo mag-register sa PDIS. That's very important po. Okay, contracts again. Marami po nagtatanong saan ko kukunin ang contracts ko. Dalawa po. Most likely po nung makatanggap kayo ng email notice na kayo po ay natanggap sa GURO21 Course 1, meron pong attachment yan na contract sa letter of intent na dapat pong pirmahan ninyo. Kung hindi po nyo yon nakuha or wala pong attachment, may copy po ang DepEd Memo number 82 series of 2020. Nasa annex po siya. Pwede po ninyong gamitin yon. Ulitin po namin, nasabi po ito kanina, hindi po pwedeng dumiretso yung contract ninyo. Hindi po kinapirmahan mo na, gusto mo na ipanotarize. Pupunta po yon sa inyong immediate supervisor. Pupunta po yon sa SDO. Pupunta po yun sa regional director. Eventually po pupunta sa NEAP. Bahala na po ang mga officials concerned. Meron po mga NEAP officers po per division, per region. Sila na po ang bahala dyan. Importante po, makarating sa kanila yung documents. Huwag niyo pong ipapadala ng diretso sa NEAP hanggat wala pong signatures ng mga officials po ng DepEd sa region. Okay, ulitin ko po I'm referring to your supervisor, immediate supervisor. I'm referring to the SDO, HRDD chief po ng division. I'm region. I'm referring to the region. I'm also referring to the regional director. Ang last po na magsasign ay NEAP director po para sa inyong contract. Again, pag hindi nyo makita yung contract, just go to DepEd Memo. Nasa annex po, DepEd Memo number 82, series of 2020. Meron po kanina dyan, please backread lang po, nandoon po ang NEAP list. Meron pong official list ng NEAP. Just in case po na makita nyo na kayo ay part ng official list ng NEAP at wala po kayo, just in case lang po just in case. Makita nyo na wala po kayo doon sa class list na binigay po namin, please inform us immediately para maisama po namin. Just in case lang po, in case, kung sakali lang po. Kung may mga dapat pong baguhin sa pangalan nyo, marami pong tanong kanina pa, babaguhin ko yung pangalan ko, mali yung email address ko. That's the reason po why we kept on giving you the link please register po doon sa link na binigay po namin sa inyo, sa GURO21 course registration. You need to do that po para mapalitan namin yung information ninyo. I am very sure dahil medyo marami pong dinaanan, baka nagkamali ng pagtatype, baka hindi po nailagay ng tama, pati designation. Marami po ako nakita kanina dito, mali daw yung designation nila. Yun po, register po kayo sa amin pong course registration. Yung mga nagtatanong naman po about PDIS, meron pong contact persons po. I think binibigay din ni MC ngayon sa ating chat box. Binibigay niya yung contact person, paano niyo papalitan. Hindi po automatic na magre-register kayo ulit dahil mali yung information niyo na bigay. Meron pong kukontakin at sila po yung magko-correct. Meron pong special link para sa mga corrections po ng PDIS. Okay, ito meron na naman tayo. Help me to be included in the list. Ulitin ko po, to be included in the list, NEAP and SEAMEO INNOTECH list of learners, you need to be notified officially na kayo po ay learner po ng GURO21 Course 1. Yung iba po dito sa inyo, nagtataka bakit ako kasama sa list, bakit ako sumasali sa GURO21. Baka po yung information na nakuha nyo ay hindi po GURO21 Course 1. Baka kayo po ay nailagay sa GURO21 Course 2 at nagkamali kayo ng napasok na orientation. GURO21 Course 2 po, meron din pong FB page po na nakalaan for GURO21 Course 2. Nandun din po yung recording para ma-review nyo na po. Inform nyo na din po yung iba nyong co-teachers just in case na sila po ay familiar or nabigyan po sila ng notice na sila ay participants sa courses po ng SEAMEO INNOTECH. Inform them as well po na sila po ay pupunta lang sa Facebook page at nandoon po lahat ng information. Recording po, itong pinag-uusapan natin, naka-record po ito. Aside from the fact na nandun po rin ito sa YouTube at nandun din po ito sa ating Facebook page. Ang importante po sa lahat, pag kayo po ay nakatapos na, tingin ko po, nasabi po kanina to ni Joanne, kayo po ay eligible na makatanggap po ng 6 academic units kapag kayo po ay nag-enroll sa master's program at 6 academic units din po kung sakali po na kayo po ay naka-enroll na sa master's, pag kayo po ay nakapagtapusan ng master's at gusto nyo pong mag-PhD. You need to enroll po dun sa aming academic partners. Nandiyan po yun, 22 higher education institutions po yun. In the event naman po na kayo po ay pangatlo niya na tong course, meron din po tayong tinatawag na Joint Graduate Diploma Program. So yun po. Pag nakatatlo na po kayo, you are now eligible to receive a Graduate Diploma Certificate jointly signed by SEAMEO INNOTECH and our partner institutions po sa buong Philippines. Okay, so ano po ang gagawin if registered ang NEAP SEAM last year pa pero wala pong pumapasok na load? Kasi po, sige, sasagutin ni MC. MC?
Ayan, marami po salamat kasi it's also one of the questions that I'm trying to directly answer po. But I'll be answering na po for everyone or for those who would have the same question. Para po dun sa mga hindi na daw po nakatanggap ng top-ups nila, dahil po hindi po tayo nag-participate doon sa mga professional recognized sa NEAP's recognized professional development program. So again, to avail of our succeeding top-ups, you have to enroll in NEAP recognized professional development program. So for this case, since naka-enroll po tayo sa GURO21 course 2 natin, you will be receiving your top-up to complete the course. So the final list will be sent to the responsible unit who handles yung pong top-up concerns natin. However, you have to be an active participant of the course para po ma-avail natin siya. For instance, this month, active po tayo, pero the following month, hindi na po tayo naging active dun sa course natin. So may possibility po ba na baka hindi na tayo matap-upan. So kindly be an active participant of the course for you to avail of the succeeding top-up. Yun lang po. Thank you, Sir Robbie.
Thank you. So again, para po doon sa may natanggap po na ito kanina po lumabas na naman ulit. Pag nakatanggap po kayo ng notice na kayo po ay officially enrolled or replacement, sabi nga po may replacement kasi may mga last minute po nagpapa-replace. As long as nakatanggap po kayo ng info at wala po kayo dito sa atin, sa class list po, ang gagawin niyo po is to register. Register po kayo doon sa ating GURO21 course. I think lumalabas po yan paulit-ulit. Register po kayo sa ating registration link ng GURO21 Course 1 para po mapalitan. Pati din po ito doon, sasagot din po ito doon sa malinaw yung kanyang posisyon. Hindi siya dapat teacher 2, dapat teacher 3 siya or master teacher siya. Yun lang po ang opportunity para mapalitan po. Mag-register po kayo sa ating registration link. Meron itong nakita ko dito, sabi niya hindi na gumagana yung aking SIM kasi 1 week ko nang hindi kinakabit sa aking cellphone. I think ang sagot diyan, parang nawala po yung SIM nyo. Ang treatment po diyan ay nawala ang SIM nyo. Okay? Pero ang difference lang po, hindi na kailangan ng affidavit of loss kasi nandiyan dyan nga yung SIM nyo. Punta po kayo sa Smart. Kailangan po makita yung ID ninyo. Pakita nyo po, sabihin nyo sa kanila, ito yung SIM ko, ba't hindi na gumagana? Gagawan po nila ng paraan niya. Okay? Tama, no? Tama ko. So, yun. Hindi po siya kasi, ang usual po, pag nawala ang SIM, dapat po may affidavit of loss, meron kayong ID, at yung pong pinaglagyan ng SIM. Yun po yung tatlong dapat kailangan. However, kung ang SIM na bigay sa inyo ay hindi gumagana, punta po kayo sa Smart, dala po ninyo ang DepEd ID ninyo at yung SIM syempre para po mapalitan or ayusin po nila kung anong gagawin. Ganun lang po kasimple yan. Okay, so again, meron siya na-receive na email information but hindi siya nakalabas yung name niya, hindi lumalabas. Meron pong link po dyan. Pwede nyo pong i-review yung previous po na discussion. Nandiyan po yung registration link. Please register. In the event po na matatapos na tayo dito sa ating discussion kasi mag-e-end na po yung ating orientation. Ano po yung sinabi kanina ni Joanne na susunod na gagawin nyo? Punta po kayo sa ating Facebook page. Nandoon po lahat ng kasagutan. Pwede po kayong mag-PM, mag-private message po doon sa ating Facebook page at meron pong sasagot sa inyo doon. Hindi lang nga po 24 hours at the moment. Hindi pa siya 24 hours. Pero gumagawa po kami ng paraan para maging 24 hours na. For the moment, please, kung may problem po, ang next po na stage, syempre wala na tayo dito sa ating Zoom. Punta po kayo sa Facebook page na nakaalat po for GURO21 Course 1. Nandoon po lahat ng kasagutan. Okay, ulitin ko po meron lahat po na mga gustong baguhin yung information nila. Meron pong link sa GURO21 Course 1. Please change po. Register po kayo doon para mapalitan po yung information na appropriate. At the moment po kasi, yung information na natanggap po namin was actually based po sa list na binigay po ni NEAP. I believe yung list po na binigay ni NEAP, binigay din po yon ng mga SDOs and others. So ayun po, minsan siyempre baka nagkamali ng typing or something. So kino-correct po natin yan by way of a registration. Okay, so si Pichi, merong additional? Pichi from NEAP.
Yes, thank you, Sir Robbie, for answering most of the questions. And so I would just like to reiterate po doon sa mga nagsasabi about the class list. So again, we placed the NEAP official list links into the chat box. So you may check if your name is on it. The first one was the nominations from your regional and division office. So if you have details there na mali po, like spelling or designation, so you can send us a message po, that's pdd.pdi@deped.gov.ph. And also, as mentioned by Ms. Joanne earlier, please don't forget to fill out the enrollment link for SEAMEO naman so that you can also update your details in their class list. So kung wala naman po kayo doon sa nominated by your regions and division focus, then maybe nakapasok po kayo doon sa additional participants at the second link. However, first come, first served po yun, no? So limited slot. So if you registered but were not able to receive the confirmation email, and so we regret to inform you na hindi po tayo nakaabot doon sa cut-off ng number of limited slots. Right, so for further inquiries about your class list, may we also mention that yung mga natanggap po namin na withdrawals and replacements, especially the ones we received yesterday, we have not placed you on the list yet. So please give us until this week to update kasi kakatanggap lang po namin ng inyong details about about you as a possible replacement. So,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you, Pichi. Actually, huwag ka na munang mag-alis. May sabi tanong sa inyo. It was mentioned that the contract should be submitted before Feb 28. Tomorrow is a holiday, then 26, 27, Saturday and Sunday. So impossible daw ma-submit. Siguro po, for confirmation, ang contract po dapat umalis sa kanila o dapat matanggap ng NEAP? Kasi dalawa yung
Dapat
February
po,
28. Sige po.
yes. So, dapat po, no, ideally po kasi we had our orientation with their focals ng January 21. So, we asked them to start facilitating your letter of intents and contracts already. So, ang binigay po namin na deadline, sana po by February 28, they're able to turn over the contracts to us. However, we understand, lalo na po doon sa mga additional participants na humabol. So, pwede pa po until next week, make sure that by 28, you are able to give it to your SDO so that they can take note na meron na po kayong na-submit and they can facilitate forwarding it to your regional offices.
Okay. Meron pang isa dito, no? Just to confirm, although alam ko sa sagot, pero better from NEAP. Digital signature daw ang gusto niyang ilagay sa contract niya. Is it okay?
I think it's better to communicate with your SDO kung ano po yung allowed nila. Importante po ay masubmit po natin yun sa inyong SDO. So if they will accept your wet signature, then that's okay po. Kasi lahat po yun ay matuturn over naman sa amin eventually.
Thank you, Pichi. Ulitin ko lang po yung sinabi. Feb 28 po yung deadline. So technically po, dapat po mawala na sa inyong kamay yung accomplish po na contract, letter of intent, dapat po makarating na yon sa SDO. Ibig pong sabihin, not necessarily po na makarating sa NEAP, at least makarating po sa SDO ninyo, yung focal person po ng NEAP sa region, sa division, para siya po makapunta po sa kanya ng date na yon. Para bahala na po siyang gumawa ng paraan para makarating ng NEAP yon. Important po, makaalis po sa inyo yung contract by Feb 28 po. Okay? So, bahala na po kayo with your SDO as to dapat wet signature or liquid signature or electronic signature. Bahala po kayo mag-decide. Bahala po si SDO magsabi kung ano yung tamang signature na dapat. Okay po ba? So, yun po. So yung nagtatanong po dito kanina, paano yung load, hindi ko ginagamit. Siyempre, automatic naman po yun. Pag hindi nyo nagamit, hindi po nauubos yung load. So nagta-top up lang po na nagta-top up. Tama, no? Ganun naman po yun. Pag hindi mo ginamit yung load mo, so may natira ka pa. So ang requirement lang naman po is meron kang 6 gig na first gig mo ay 6 gig. Regularly meron kang 1 gig. Pero ang ito po siguro, kanina ko pa nakikita yung sagot, ay yung tanong. Wala pang gig, wala pa akong top up. Talaga pong wala pang top up kasi hindi pa nagsisimula yung course. Ginamit po itong communication package para po ito doon sa mga nagpa-participate sa course. Kung hindi pa po nag-uumpisa yung course, siyempre naman po it's very illogical naman na meron kayong load kung hindi na po nagsisimula yung course. So kailangan po magsimula muna yung course bago po kayo makatanggap ng. That's why they call it communications package. Tulong po yun para kayo po ay makapag-participate sa course. Very generous po actually ang NEAP DepEd. Hindi po lahat nagkakaroon ng ganyang opportunity. Meron ka ng scholarship, meron ka pang load. So saan ka na no? Participation na lang talaga ang kailangan sa iyo. Okay? So that's the reason din po kung bakit meron kayong contract. Siyempre dapat ibalik in terms of service po ang binigay na tulong ng government para sa inyo. Okay, so ayan, thank you daw sa NEAP for the opportunity. Okay, so in case po, ulitin ko po yung mga ating bilin. NEAP SIM, kukunin po sa inyong property custodian. Pag wala po kayong NEAP SIM, you want to use another SIM. Talk with your property custodian para po dun sa reimbursement arrangement. Pero kung ako po, mas maganda na yung kumuha na kayo ng NEAP SIM para wala ng complications. Second po, you need to register sa PDIS. Yun po nakasalalay ang buhay ninyo na susunod na capacity building, ang inyong future. Saan ba ko pupunta afterwards? Doon po yung nakasalalay sa PDIS ninyo. Doon nila malalaman kung dapat kayong i-promote, dapat kayong ilipat, dapat kayong ma-invite as resource person or speaker para mabigyan ng certificate of recognition, appreciation, or others. Nakasalalay po doon sa PDIS yun. Kung wala po kayong laman doon, wala kayong information na binibigay, wala kang makukuhang info ang NEAP kung saan kayo dapat ilagay. Very soon po, I think ginagawa po ng NEAP ngayon, meron pong point system. I think that's correct, no? May point system po na ginagawa. So nakasalalay po yun sa PDIS. How can we provide you points kung wala kayong information sa PDIS? Kung meron po na kayong nag-register na kayo sa PDIS, but may mali, hindi po kayo dapat mag-register uli. Meron pong contact person dyan na nakalagay po yung pangalan para ayusin po yung PDIS info ninyo. And again, kanina pa po nasabi, no, hindi po porque nag-register ka sa PDIS, automatic registered na. So give them time po. Meron pong tao na mag-review ng entries. Baka po may mga entries na mali at masabihan na kayo hanggat maaga. So yun po, para bago kayo. Hindi po yun automatic, hindi po system yun. Hindi po siya system generated. May magre-review pa po ng info. In the same manner po sa amin. Sa registration po ninyo, yes, nakapasok po kayo, nakapag-register kayo, pero hindi po yun automatic na papasok kayo sa iFlex. Hindi po namin ginawang ganun, purposely. We have done it in the past, kaya lang, pag dumiretso ka sa iFlex, most of the time, nagkakaroon ng virus po yung iFlex. Kasi baka meron kayo na isama na info doon na hindi dapat mapasok. So yun po. Ang ginagawa namin, meron pong first person po na magre-review muna ng pangalan or other entries na dapat malagay, saka lang po namin inilalagay sa iFlex. Ganun din po sa PDIS. May magre-review po muna, baka may daladalang virus yung inyong information. Okay, so ganun lang po yun for security purposes. Okay, so mukhang wala na, no? Wala nang information. So again, thank you everyone. Thank you po sa ating, meron sasabihin si Pichi. Pichi, meron kang additional? Sige.
Yes. Just last reminder to Robbie, thank you po. No, again, I found questions there, although na natapunan na po about one of our participants also just got accepted sa LISCOPE scholarship. And so please send us an email at pdd.pdi.gov.ph so we can communicate with you directly. And so actually right now we do not advise that you take 2 scholarships kasi po LISCOPE is a full degree program. So mabigat po ang requirements ng LISCOPE, and then sasabayan niyo pa po with another scholarship. And so that's one. So I just didn't get to see your name kasi natabunan na po agad. But please send us an email at pdd.pdi.gov.ph. And for those naman po na sure na mag-withdraw, so again, we do not encourage withdrawals as of this time kasi magsisimula na po yung classes by next week. But just in case you are sure of your withdrawal from the course, please send us an email within the day. And kung sure na po kayo, no, that means you are willing to give your slot to another teacher. So madami pong naghihintay, no, as we have seen kanina na marami pong gusto sana na may slot. So if you are sure of your withdrawal, please send an email within the day so we can find and facilitate the replacement for you. Kasi po, magsisimula na po yung classes by next week. So that's all, Sir Rocky.
Thank you, Pichi. Ulitin ko lang po ito para paalala po sa lahat. Hindi po lahat ng teachers ay nagkaroon ng opportunity to join GURO21 Course 1. Very limited po ang slots. I think you're very familiar po sa number ng teachers all over the Philippines. Tapos kayo po nandito ngayon, nakita niyo po kanina, ang dami nagtatanong, pwede ba ako maisali pero hindi naman sila kasali. Tapos yung iba po biglang all of a sudden gusto mag-withdraw, gusto magpa-replace. Yung iba nagtatanong, meron pa bang batch 2? Wala pong pinag-uusapan ba na batch 2? So, kung sakali po, medyo malayo pa yung usapan sa batch 2, wag na po tayo mag-antay ng batch 2. Nandito na po kayo ngayon. So, take the most out of it. Nandito na po kayo, wag na po tayo mag-antay. Saka hindi po tayo sigurado, may masabihin po ng NEA, bakit pa magbabash kung meron ng ganitong dami ng participants. So yun po, sayang yung opportunity. What I'm saying is, wag na pong mag-withdraw kung nag-iisip kayo mag-withdraw. Opportunity na po ito. Hindi na po lahat nagkakaroon ng ganitong opportunity. Saka gugulo pa po, di ba? Parang ang daming may gustong participants noon, hindi mo pala gusto ba't ka sumali? Parang gano'n siguro, no? Nakakapanghinayang po na marami nakaabang, tapos yung iba naman na nandito na, biglang sasabihin, ayoko na. So sayang po yung opportunity na yon. Hindi sana po yung nakaabang, kanina nasama na siya sa orientation para alam na niya yung nangyari. Di po ba? Parang medyo masakit sa loob yun pag ako yung participant. Participant na ako, hindi pa ako na-accept, tapos yung nandito ngayon sa harapan ko, biglang ayaw na pala niya. So sayang po yung opportunity. Okay? So please take advantage po. Masama man pakinggan yung term na take advantage po. Take advantage of this opportunity. Hindi po lahat ng teachers ng Philippines nagkakaroon ng ganitong opportunity. Meron po kayong certificate of competence, meron kayong units, academic units kapag kayo po ay nakapagtapos. Meron kayo eventually, pag nakatatlong course kayo, meron kayo eventually na graduate certificate, sa graduate diploma certificate. Ang graduate diploma po ay half na po ng master's degree kung wala pa kayong master's degree. Kung nagpi-PhD po kayo, meron po kayong academic units po sa PhD. Punta lang po kayo sa ating partner institutions. Bibigyan nila kayo ng opportunity, hahanapan nila ng credits para sa PhD ninyo. Okay, so with that, maraming salamat po ulit sa ating participants. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the participation again of our representatives from NEAP, si atin pong si Pichi and si MC. And thank you also kay Director John. Although physically sana, I think gusto niya sanang makasama dito, but very unfortunate, medyo iba yung ating schedule. So thank you everyone. So let's go back to Joanne for further details. Thank you.
All right. So as discussed, from here on, should you have any concerns, dun po tayo sa ating Facebook page dedicated for learner support. This early, we would like to congratulate those who stepped up and has taken on this challenge and is viewing this as a real opportunity for continuing professional development, because it is a learning journey for everyone. Not everyone's given this opportunity, and we hope that you will take advantage of this through the GURO21 Course 1. Thank you very much for your participation in today's orientation. Don't forget, the recording is available on the Facebook page, including the slide deck that was used. So if you want to review any of the discussions that we have, you can review again the video or look at the slides. So good luck po as you begin your classes next week. Please expect your respective flexible learning tutors to reach out to you for the per class meet and greet. All right, enjoy the learning journey. Good afternoon, everyone.